Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well out there. Well, you've seen the title of the video. What a start to the year it's been, 2025. So, I'll get straight into the story. On the 28th of December 2024, a date that's going to be etched into my brain forever, I got robbed. I was in Managua, the capital city of Nicaragua, and I was taking a bus north to a highland city called Matagalpa. Now I was at the bus terminal and I'd read up on the bus terminal that it's a bit of a seedy place, you've got pickpockets there and so on and so forth. So the day before this, in a tremendous bit of bad luck, I got caught in this massive rainstorm, and the shorts that I like to use when I'm travelling on buses and such got absolutely drenched. So I had to wear different shorts that don't have as many pockets, and the 3 pockets that I had left were being used by my phone, my camera, the wedge of cash that I'd withdrawn the day before, because I wasn't sure if there was an ATM in Matagalpa, being a small city, and I always withdraw a wedge of cash at a time because that's less commission when you're withdrawing from the ATM. And my bank card. So that's all that was in my pockets. And I did have other pockets as well, like my back pockets, but because I'd read about the pickpockets, I didn't want to put anything like my passport in a back pocket. In hindsight, I wish I had. So I was making a video, I was going to vlog the whole trip, and I was there at the bus terminal, and I got straight on the first bus that I saw that was going to Matagalpa. The bus was busy, okay, so I had to stand up for like 2.5 hours. It got more and more busy, so I had to take my bag off my shoulders and put it in the overhead rack. After about 2.5 hours, we were getting closer to Matagalpa, and I could finally sit down. The bag was directly above me in the overhead rack, so I felt it was in a fairly safe place where I could see it. As we were coming into Matagalpa, we were going pretty slow, we were in a lot of traffic, and I checked my phone. I was looking on my map on my phone to check where we were, to make sure I got off at the right place and I wasn't getting off too far away from the city centre, because that's happened to me before. We've stopped at the city centre and then gone off somewhere else like 3 miles out of town. So I didn't want that to happen. So I'm checking my phone, and then all of a sudden the driver slams on the brakes. Stuff moves around everywhere, and then people are getting off the bus. I look up, I can't see my bag. I assume that it's moved around because of the driver slamming on the brakes. I stand up, look around, still not there. What is there is the bottle of water that I had in the side pocket of the bag, so I know that it's gone. I tell the conductor, my bag's not there. He shrugs his shoulders, and then he indicates for the driver to continue driving. And I, whoa. I jump off the bus out the back door while it's moving, and I've grabbed a bottle of water for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe like I'm going to throw the bottle of water at someone or smash it over someone's head or something. Adrenaline's pumping right now. So I jump off, and then there's like a crossroads here, so with left and right turns. So we've got off at this side, which is the left as I'm looking at it. So I think, right, okay, he's probably gone down to that side road to the left. So I've jumped off the bus, and I look down, and I've run down this side road looking for my bag. Can't see anyone. I've run down there for a good couple of minutes, looking down all the different little alleyways and in houses and everything. Couldn't see anyone. So I've double backed, gone down the other side road. Couldn't see anyone there either. I've gone back to the bus stop. I'm looking around. There's a lot of people there, all looking at me like I'm absolutely crazy. I'm sweating at this point. I look around, keep looking, and then I just accept that the bag is gone. I start making my way up to the police station, which is about a 20-25 minute walk. And while I'm doing this, I start thinking about what was in the bag. I'm like, my passport. Other stuff was in there as well, Kindle, a few dollars, clothes, that kind of thing. But obviously the passport is the most inconvenient thing. I get to the police station, they don't fill me with much hope. I get seen straight away, but the receptionist for some reason puts my nationality, without asking, just puts my nationality as American. And then she sends me through to an investigator, as they call it. He's like 23 years old. And he put my nationality as American. I told him that I'm not American, I'm British. he didn't know what British was, like English, but you can't put English because it says British on my passport. I explained to him United Kingdom of Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and so he put Irish. I noticed after he'd filled out the report and printed it off that he's put my nationality as Nicaraguan. So that whole process took about 2 hours, and then I booked into a hostel, stayed there the night. I cancelled my passport and requested some emergency travel documents so I could leave Nicaragua. Now, the issue with Nicaragua and why it was such bad luck that it had to happen in Nicaragua of all places is because there's no diplomacy, no diplomatic relations between Nicaragua and the United Kingdom. There used to be, but apparently Nicaragua cut them off in like 2003 or something like that. On Monday morning, first thing, I was very impressed. The British Embassy in Costa Rica called me up and said, right, we've got two things we can do. We can either ask for somebody in Costa Rica to bring you the document because they can't send it by courier because Nicaraguan officials intercept the documents. Or the second option, which is the option I had to take, was to send the documents to the American Embassy in Washington, who then send it to the diplomatic service in Virginia, who then send it to Managua and the American Embassy, where I can go and collect the document. I was told that this usually takes about 2 or 3 weeks. The longest it's ever taken was 4 weeks. Well, I can live with that. That's fine, no problem. The very same day I went to Granada and I booked into an Airbnb. I booked into it initially for a week, really liked the place, so I booked in for another 2 weeks after that as well. So I was staying in Granada for 3 weeks, and I thought, right, I'm going to make the best of this. I went hiking, I went running, I went swimming, and I was doing 100 push-ups a day, most days anyway. After 3 weeks, I still hadn't heard anything. At this point, I'd also got my new passport sent out to a friend's house in Costa Rica. Another week passed and I went down to the beach. So I went down to San Juan del Sur, and now we're at 4 weeks waiting for this document. It still hasn't arrived. Still absolutely no sign of it, and there's no way we could track it either. So I didn't even know where it might be. And around this sort of time, I also got my YouTube channel banned. So it got deleted thanks to a dubious video that I put up. It wasn't that bad. Luckily, I managed to get that reinstated, but I was starting to get a bit stressed with the passport situation. I was starting to get a bit stressed with that YouTube situation. I'm not knowing how long all this stuff was going to take to resolve, and I got a bit sick for a week or so, and I think it was mainly due to stress. I was stuck in bed all day on my own. It wasn't a good time. By this point, it was approaching 6 weeks and I'd had enough. I decided there must be a way to get the passport from Costa Rica up to Nicaragua. There has to be a way. Now, after speaking to my friend in Costa Rica, it seemed that it might be possible that we could send a passport up on a bus from San Jose, Costa Rica to Managua, Nicaragua. It was a risk because we're putting it in the hands of people we don't know and quite honestly don't trust. I've lost my trust in everyone by this point. So it was a gamble, it was a risk. But I thought, do you know what? I'm willing to take a risk at this point. Let's just do it. So we just got the passport sent up and it was meant to arrive on the Tuesday. Tuesday came, didn't hear anything, and there was a contact at the bus company, and I couldn't get hold of them. I was like, this is great, this is fantastic. So I went to the office, the physical office itself, and it was closed that afternoon, but there was somebody outside the office who said, come by tomorrow morning. So I went back the following morning, the office was open, the guy was sat there, and I could see in the corner the package with my passport. He handed it over to me. All I had to do was sign, and there it was. I had it in my hands. Mwah! British passport, baby. Let's go. Let's get out of here. So that very same day, I had to go to the immigration office to get my passport stamped, get an entry stamp in my passport. Otherwise, they wouldn't let me out of Nicaragua. So I got that done. That took a whole 6 hours waiting in the office. But I was finally ready to go. What a relief. The day after that, I got the bus down to San Jose, Costa Rica. It took 11 hours on the bus, but here I am in Costa Rica, baby. So yeah, what a hell of a start to the year. It's not been ideal, but yeah, it's been a bit stressful, but I'll tell you what, I still really am a fan of Nicaragua. I would recommend, if you're British, be very careful with your passport. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. But it's a great country, the people are super friendly. One of my best friends, his family's Nicaraguan, and they let me stay in their house for nearly 2 weeks, completely free of charge. Hospitality I was shown by the people that had the Airbnb. They would give me free dinners and free breakfasts all the time. And it's a beautiful country as well. So I hold no bad feeling towards Nicaragua. Only the thief and the corrupt officials. The adventure continues. We're in Costa Rica now, so look out for some videos coming from Costa Rica. I'll see you guys soon.